Hello guys, welcome back. So in this video we are going to connect our Flutter app with the Firebase. So for that purpose what we need to do is we need to go to Android app build.gradle, and from here first of all our inside the default config we have application ID. So this will be com dot, here will be your name. You can write your name, for example my name is Muhammad Ali, and then here will be your app name. Try to not give underscore, dash or any special symbol, okay? Just directly write like this, sellers app, or for example I can say sellers app project. Copy this and go back to your browser and simply search for Firebase console. You will see this Firebase console Google. Click on that. You can come here directly by simply typing this URL, which is console.firebase.google.com. click on add project, and here you have to type your project name, Firebase project name. So for example we can give it name as foodpanda, Zomato and Talabat clone app. Okay, just like that. Instead you have to make sure that your name must be less than 30 characters. Okay, it must be within 30 character length. So I can simply give it directly name like foodpanda, Zomato and Talabat clone, like this. Okay, and then click on continue. Default account for Firebase, create project. So our project is created successfully. Click on continue. Foodpanda, Zomato, Talabat clone. Okay, and if you want to check again, for example how it is created, you can come back come again to the console Firebase, that is Firebase console.firebase.google.com, and here you can see this is our project, Foodpanda, Zomato, Talabat clone. Click on that, and now the first thing that we will be doing is enable the authentication first for sign up and sign in. So click on authentication, click on get started, and the authentication will be with the email and password. So click on email password. We have to just enable this and click save. Then click on build. Next thing that we will be using is the Firestore database. Click on Firestore database, then click on create database. Then next thing is click on next, start in production mode, click create. So our Firestore database is already created. Now here click on rules inside the cloud Firestore. Click rules, then click on inside the rules, remove this false keyword and simply type true, like this. Click on publish, just like this. Then click on build, and the next thing that we'll be using is the storage for saving our files, images. So click on storage, click get started, click on start in production mode and click next. Click done. So it has been created. Now inside the storage click on rules. Here make sure to remove this false and set this to true, and then click on publish. So yeah, that's it. Now let's connect it with our Flutter project. So click on this gear icon, project settings. Here if you scroll, then you will see these icons. Okay, click on this Android icon. For now we will connect it with our Android module. So just copy this inside the Android app build.gradle. Copy this application ID and you don't have to change it later, okay? Otherwise your project will be disconnected automatically if you change this application ID here in the Flutter project. So you must not change it once it is connected here, okay? So let's paste it here, and we can give it name as this is seller's app, register app. Then we have to download Google services.json file. Click on that. It has been downloaded. If I show you, inside the downloads folder. So copy this Google services JSON file, come back to the Android Studio, and inside Android, inside this F folder, we have to paste it, okay? Copy the Google services JSON file which you downloaded, and then right click on app, click paste, click OK. So now inside the app we have Google services.json file, and of course from your downloads folder you can delete this one, okay? Now the next thing is come back to the browser, click next, and from here we have to go to the project level build.gradle. So inside the Android Studio, let me close all these so you can see it clearly. Inside the Android we have this build.gradle, okay? Inside the Android build.gradle, this is project level build.gradle. What we need to do here is inside the dependencies, here you can simply type class path. Inside the double quotes you can write com.google.gms colon, after colon you can type Google dash services, okay? But the version level must be 4.3.15, okay? Proceed with this version, com.google.gms colon Google dash services colon 4.3.15. Then the next thing we have to add the dependency for build.gradle. So inside the double quotes you can simply type com.android.tools.build, after build colon put colon, then Gradle, after Gradle put colon, and then the version number which will be 7.3.1. and once you do this, next thing is to go to the Android app level. Inside the app we have this build.gradle. So inside here, first of all, here at the bottom after the dependency you have to just write apply plugin, colon, and then inside the double quotes type com.google.gms .google dash services. So once you type this, the next thing is minimum SDK version. The minimum SDK version will be 24 or greater than 24. So now our Flutter app is connected with Firebase. How we will know? For that purpose we have to first add the dependencies inside the pubspec.yml. For example, Firebase core, which we will use in order to initialize Firebase in our Flutter project. And then of course after it we have, as you know, for the authentication it is Firebase auth, and then for using the database it is Cloud Firestore, and then for the storage it is Firebase storage. So let's install these by clicking this pub-get. It will be added in our Flutter project. So it is added successfully. Now let's come back here to the main dot, and here we have to, if you see this suggestion, click on get dependencies, okay? And now here we have to initialize Firebase inside the main. So what we can do after the widget flutter binding.ensure initialized, we can simply say wait firebase.initialize app, which is using Firebase core. You can see that. Now go back to the browser and simply click on next, then continue to console. As you can see, seller app added successfully. So now let's install the app on our phone. Okay, so if you get an error like this, it simply means we have problem in our build.gradle. Okay, first we will check the app level build.gradle. So app level build.gradle, make sure that minimum SDK version you set to 24, and then yeah, here is the mistake. You see, this is apply plugin. Okay, apply plugin. Your spelling must be exactly same like this, and then you have to go to the project level build.gradle. So your class path Google GMS Google services, this version will be 4.3.15, and class path Android tools build Gradle version is this one. Once you verify this, then you can simply click on the play button to install the app again on the phone. So the app is running now successfully, which means that we have successfully connected our Flutter app with the Firebase.